It is so hot. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is time for another pregnancy update. I did not do a 21-week update because it was a bad week for me. But I will get into that later on in the video. This week baby E is the size of a papaya. Probably the biggest news that has happened between our last update and this one is I can feel baby kicks now. It doesn't feel like little flutters anymore, like it feels like real kicks. And there have been a few times where like I've been able to feel them, like if I just put my hand on my stomach, like I can feel them. But it's crazy. I feel like every day I can feel them more and more and like the baby's just getting stronger. I was telling Matthew that today I felt a kick and it scared me because it was like so hard. There's definitely certain positions where I feel kicks more. If I'm laying down for a bit, I'll start to feel them. Or if I'm just like sitting on the couch for a little bit, I start to feel them. I've read that it's because like when you're up walking around, like it puts the baby to sleep. And if you're like sitting down or laying down and not really doing anything, that's when the baby like becomes really active. I still feel hungry a lot of the time, but I'm trying to eat like smaller meals throughout the day instead of eating like a big meal and then feeling like really bloated and everything. And I'm trying to stick to healthy stuff. That definitely gets hard when you're craving stuff that is not healthy. Last week I was mainly doing like relaxing yoga and part of this week too, just because I wasn't feeling great. But yesterday was the first day I was able to get like a good workout in, and I did the same this morning, so it felt really good to be able to do that again. The only bad thing about working out is obviously you get hot and sweaty when you work out, and I feel hot all the time. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in my last update video, but it is insane how like different I feel from Matthew. I'm pretty sure he has the house set at 65, like cooling at 65, and it would probably be set higher than that if it wasn't for me, but he has it set at 65, and I swear during the day there are times when I feel like I'm sitting out in the sun in like 80, 90 degree weather and like I'm gonna pass out. At night it's a little better because I have a fan that I put like blowing straight on my face, and we have the ceiling fan on high, and Matthew has a fan over on his side, although it's like on low, and he complains about being cold, and I'm like, I'm so hot. Now on to like just regular baby stuff and not symptoms. I have another ultrasound in 1 week. Well, a week from tomorrow. I am so excited about that. Cannot wait to see the baby and how the baby has grown. I cannot wait. So excited. Hopefully we get more pictures. We are completely done with the registry, I'm pretty sure. But I have been doing a lot of research on like things we're going to need within like 6 months of the baby being here. So I have like a Pinterest board of things that I know I want to get, like the brands and styles I want to get of the things we'll need later on. So a little info on why last week was such a bad week for me. First I'll start with like the most surprising part, and that is I ended up in the ER at like midnight over the weekend. I was having severe sharp pains in my lower abdomen on both sides. My OB was kind of concerned that I might be having like contractions really early on. So went in to get checked, and they monitored me and the baby for probably about an hour. She made sure that my uterus was not contracting when I was getting the really bad pains, and it wasn't, so that's great. The whole conclusion that they came to was I just like overdid it. I had been like walking around all day, we were going different places, and I didn't feel like I overdid it. I mean, I was tired, like my back hurt, my feet hurt, but I didn't feel like I did it, like overdid it or anything. Basically, she said I need to start taking it easy. So over the weekend, I really didn't do a whole lot. There was a day where I basically spent the whole day in bed because my feet were still swollen and they were hurting really bad. So I spent a lot of the day in the bed. I was also getting like the sharp pains still. I'm still getting them, but they're nowhere near as frequent. I start to get them when I've been like up doing stuff for a long time. So obviously that's the reason I was getting them. Moving on to the neurology part. At my last neurologist appointment, my medicine was increased by 100 milligrams. Again, only one of my medications is getting increased, the Lamictal. My other medications are not being increased right now. A few days after that appointment, we got my blood results back, and my neurologist said I needed to increase by another 100 milligrams because it was way too low. I got my levels checked again last week when I was feeling terrible, and I was feeling terrible because my body does not do great adjusting to higher levels of medicine and increases like in big amounts in a small amount of time. So like an increase of 200 over a few days, that I don't do so well with that. So we got my levels checked again last week, and early this week I started to feel like back to normal. I was feeling good. I felt like, you know, I could start doing all the usual stuff that I would do. And then I got a call from my neurologist saying I needed to increase by 200 milligrams because my levels came back really low again. That was really disappointing. I honestly almost started crying when I was on the phone with him, and yeah, I was really upset. Matthew's trying to like help me stay positive this time around, and I know my medicine increases are just going to keep happening throughout pregnancy, and it's really frustrating that my body doesn't handle it very well, and I'm just really tired and drained every time I get big increases like that. But I'm hoping that like maybe my body will get used to it. Maybe this time around it'll be easy. I don't know. I'm also going to get blood work done again a week from tomorrow. So yeah, we'll find out how my levels are at that point. Alright, that is it for my 22-week update. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments and I will try to get back as soon as possible. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or share or comment, whatever you'd like to do. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. I will continue posting update videos throughout the pregnancy, and I will see y'all next week. Bye! I almost forgot to show y'all the bump. So here is the bump. I don't think it's really grown that much since the last update, but there is the bump.